tiny second. So, so last night, was so I stayed up a little later. I didn't mean to, but I meant to go to bed before 12, but I was preparing the next couple chapters in my story to post. So where I'm at right now, the video that I posted yesterday is the video where I have my nightmare about the person who molested me. And the one that posted this morning is where I'm debriefing on that. The dream. Because you can't really tell. Like the first one is just my reaction when I wake up, right? And then the second one is where I'm actually debriefing, like what happened, the details in the dream. So so sometimes before I go to bed, so yesterday I was uploading the next chapter, just preparing it, not doing any write-up because technically the video that I posted today is the last video and there's no other videos ready to post. So I'm like, okay, I gotta, watch the video again, do my write-up, schedule it to upload. Especially now that I know, things are gonna pick up. So I wanted to get a head start on it. So I actually scheduled the next I just uploaded the next chapter, but I was watching and preparing just the titles for 2 more chapters. I got a little carried away. I wasn't supposed to. I was just supposed to focus on the next chapter. And I'm explaining this because that's why I stayed up late, because then it kind of backed me up on my schedule of events. And I ended up staying a little bit later to catch up on my news, which I did. I'm caught up. But, it takes a toll. It takes a toll because, the goal is for me to stay balanced and to not stay up late, basically. My bangs are not cooperating. So anyways, before I went to bed, I saw that someone had put a comment on the video where I'm crying. So on my end, I couldn't see it. I wasn't allowed to see it on, I guess I must have changed the settings where I used to ask for it to review it before it gets posted. I didn't realize I changed it, so but it wouldn't even pop up to notify me. And sometimes it lags, sometimes it takes a few days. But I noticed that I couldn't, I see the comment, that someone posted a comment, but I can't see it. So then I go through my phone, because I have another account. And I go through my phone. I go through my phone to see it through my other account. And I'm like, whoa. An extremely long comment by a person named Jonathan G. And yes, I'm calling you out, Jonathan G. And I'm like reading it, I was like, oh snap, like where is this coming from, right? And he's giving us 2 cents about what he believes spiritual awakening is, and doing what most Christians do, quote the Bible, and he seems really hurt. He put a little sad face. I was like, okay, it's clear that he believes very strongly about what he believes. One, I was grateful that I wasn't triggered by it. I was like, okay, that's just what he believes. And then he's just putting his 2 cents about what he believes being born again means, and something about sin, and that he's going to be praying for me. I'm like, okay. But it was interesting because I don't have access to that on my side. So I'm okay. And then I wondered, I'm like, has Jonathan G, was that name? Jonathan G? Yes, Jonathan G. Watched my videos from the beginning. Has he read the comments, the write-up? Right? That's what I was wondering. For him to jump to that conclusion. Especially on the dream where I'm crying about the person who sexually molested me. Right? It's the dream that's getting brought up for healing. So I was just like, okay. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I did stay up a little bit just in that. Not being emotionally triggered, but just cognitively triggered about. Just cognitively triggered about it. So I guess it must have triggered a dream. I did trigger dream thought. That's what recording. And in my dream, I'm with my ex. We're going through boxes. But these aren't my boxes. But they are. And my friends are there. The couple that is familiar with business stuff. And I remember over the past few days, wondering about my one friend, right? My other friend who refused or turned me away in the sense of like, oh no, I can't help you. And then how I went to my other group of friends about it. And wondering why they didn't like volunteer, right? Real simple stuff. And I did wonder about them. Especially my guy friend, because he watches my videos. And what I appreciate about him, compared to everybody else who's watched my videos, is that he actually tells me that he's watching my videos. He actually tells me, hey, I watched your video. I know these videos are like, there's a gap, right? But he's just like, kind of checking in is what he does. He just checks in. And he tells me where he's at in my storyline. So I appreciate that he's very honest. Just honest about that. I had assumed that both of them watch my videos. Because I sent them both my link. But I remember being curious about her response back. And feeling like, I'm like, there's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing. There's something they're not saying. That's what I felt like. And so I was even wondering about that recently. But it was always in the back of my mind. And so in my dream, it's my ex and I with them, that couple. And this was already at the end of the dream. There was other stuff that happened. I don't remember what that other stuff was happening. That last scene is what stands out. In that last scene, we're having a conversation about God or beliefs or something like that. And then my ex's box, he's it's like his storage stuff, but he's showing, they're opening it up together with this couple friend, him and his wife. And they're taking out the movies, and the movie that comes out is called The Omen. I know it's a scary movie. I've never seen it. But that's the movie that comes out, and I'm like, that's interesting. Because one, I've never seen it. I'll remember, and I think because there was this knowing that we were kind of like unpacking, or that my ex was, that's his stuff. And so I was curious. I was just like, because my ex and I, one of the things that we did in early of the beginning of our marriage, one of the things that we would do to pass the time is we would go watch movies. And you know, AMC was really big then, and so we would go. I mean, I don't know if it's still big now. I just don't go anymore. But you know, we would go to the movies a lot. That's how distracted we were with it. Like, we would go to the movies a lot. And then back in the days when Blockbuster, you know, was around, and they would sell like the $5 movies, and we would love going and just searching through the movies because we were both movie buffs, and so we would like pick out the good movies, right? This was before like Netflix got all big and HBO Max, like, you know, where you have access to all the movies, you know, at the button, you know, before you had to collect your movies. And so we actually did, that was one of the things we did. We used to have like shelves of movies, because I remember, oh, that's another story, but we would have like bookshelves of movies, and then I realized like, oh, that's taking up too much space. So then I bought the CD holder, the CD holder for songs, and I used that to keep all my movies. So it took up less space. It was a big old, you know, folder briefcase thing, and that's where we kept all our movies. So then when, like, you know, when we switched from DVDs to like everything digital, and you know, we were cleaning out, and then we moved everywhere. So that was one of the things we eventually got rid of, was movies. And but we kept the ones that, for whatever reason, we were like, no, this is one where like I always want to have available, that I just, you know, pop it in and watch it whenever I want to, because we still didn't have access to all the different, you know, what is it, movie app thingies. It wasn't like it is now. So so we still have like a chunk, like box of some movies. I mean, I still have, like, I kept like a box of some DVD movies that are close to my heart that I don't want to get rid of. You know, and I don't watch a lot of TV, and I don't have access to all the, you know, new apps and stuff, movie stuff, things. But I was curious in my dream. I'm like, that's the one movie that I see the title and I see the image of it, and I was like, that's weird. Because I know he's not, like, he doesn't like scary movies either. I mean, I remember when we went to see The Exorcism in the movie, when it did the whole remake thing, and he always said that was the one scary movie that he was afraid of. And he was never really afraid of scary movies. I think he watched more scary movies than I did. I just chose not to. But for me, it was just like, it's just not for me. But that's the video that they're like taking out of the box, and that's the video that's there, and I could see the title, I could see the cover, And I remember thinking when I woke up, I was like, I don't know what that movie's about. I don't know what that movie's about. Why is, and we never owned it. Why is it there? But I think I know what the connection is with this particular couple after seeing that comment by Jonathan B. And oh, that's my alarm. Hold on. Okay, I have an alarm in the other room so that I can wake up. So I can actually get up out of bed. Turn it on. So it's 6 a.m. That's what it's saying. 6 a.m. maybe. So in my dream, I just remember thinking, that's weird. You know, we don't own that movie, but that's the movie that I'm seeing. The cover with this particular couple. So I woke up thinking about that scene in my dream. I was like, oh, that's why. She has watched my videos. She probably stopped watching my videos. They're Catholic. I completely forgot that they are Catholic. I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. and they're probably turning it away because that's right, what people believe, what people make assumptions of what they don't know, for fear of venturing into the unknown, for fear, right? And it's because they've given away their power. They've given away their power to this belief system that something is greater than them. That's what it is, right? I mean, that's what happens when we give away our power to fear. Is we believe, because we've been so conditioned to believe in good versus evil, and heaven versus hell, God versus the devil, and we give away our power. We have been conditioned to give away our power to God. Hence, and it makes sense, right? For some people it works. It's their belief system. The thing that I've learned about it is we've learned to give away our power to something bigger than us because we don't know how to explain what's happening to us, right? And because I don't know, I give it to the higher power, and it makes me feel better because I don't, it helps me when I don't understand something. So then that's why people keep praying to God. This element of like, I don't have power to change my circumstances and or why these undesired circumstances occurred. So it's exactly what, I hope I don't offend anybody, but it's exactly what the people who worshipped idols did, right? There were things in their lifetime, their level of understanding, that they didn't understand, and so they created idols and or blamed it on the stars, right? And would pray to let me clarify, I'm not praying to the stars. But and so if you give your power, if you are used to giving your power away, right, by praying and because you don't understand what's happening, and so you're releasing it, right? Makes sense. And you believe in one side, the duality, right? Then you're going to believe in the other side, that there's going to be a devil, right? That also has the power to do things to you. Not realizing, right? That it's just vibration. Well, at least the way I'm learning about this new world, right? So it was just interesting that in my dream that got highlighted, and I woke up and I was like, oh, that's why. You forgot that they're Catholic. Forget that they're Catholic. And I forgot that they were Catholic. And there's a lot of people who identify as Catholic, but they're non-practicing Catholics, right? Just like everybody, there's people who identify as Christian and they're non-practicing Christian because they're not as involved, right? They're not as involved. So I just thought of that was interesting that the dream highlighted that for me. I was like, oh, that's why. That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah. So I prepared the next 2 chapters just in the write-up, not in the video compilation, whatever it's called, editing stuff. It's the same thing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so many dreams that I forgot about. I'm listening to myself. I was like, I forgot about that dream. And then it's coming up, those dreams about your past, Jesus Cisneros. Just to clarify, because there's a lot of Jose's in my life. But those are coming up. And it was interesting how I reacted to them. I was surprised at myself, really. In terms of just rewatching them, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But the other dream, like I hadn't forgotten that there was a dream about all the bunnies, and that they all turned to the bunnies were wanting me to hold them, and that they turned into children. And then I forgot about the other dream where I'm on this road and I'm seeing other people on the other road, and the other road is like broken. And in my road I'm like straight and sturdy on my road, and I'm wondering, I'm like, well, why are they not on the road that I'm on? Like they're really struggling. I forgot about that dream. But I'm just laughing at how I'm describing it in my dream, or how I'm describing it in the video. Yeah. So it's just interesting to listen to the dreams, to listen to me talk about these dreams. A lot of them I don't remember. I straightened my hair yesterday, so my bangs are just doing the thing. But anyways, that's what I dreamt about, and that's what got heard. So, okay.
Hey you, my name is Yubi and I use she, they pronouns, and you've just finished watching a clip from my video diary entries where I'm documenting my healing journey as I learn how to navigate my spiritual awakening. I have learned that this experience and process is unique to each and every one of us in whatever way we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of formal mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself as these experiences unfold, and really inviting you along for the ride. Please know that there is a time gap between when these videos post and my real timeline, and also that these clips build upon each other similar to chapters in a book. So if you find yourself lost or confused, feel free to click on the playlist section or the link below where you can jump around, check out the other chapters, and or catch up. Also, please know that you're more than welcome to check out my website, www.youbecominghealed.com, where I've gathered all of this information, my background, experience, and education to create online self-paced courses to help you on your healing journey wherever you are. You're also more than welcome to check out my other YouTube channel at You Becoming Healed, where I've entertained a podcast, including clips from these courses so that I can make this content accessible to more and more people. Please click like, subscribe, and share this content so again it reaches more people, with the hopes that other people will resonate and connect with the healing journey and the stories shared so that they don't feel alone in their own process. I thank you in advance. I'm grateful to you, and I wish you well.